Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Is It Worth the Grind? Today's episode is going to be on the Sanguine Art. Sanguine Art is a very cool, very visually pleasing fighting style that you can only obtain in C3 by getting a Leviathan heart and killing the Leviathan. It's the only way to get it, and you get it on Tiki Island. It's really good. A lot of people really like using it. Sanguine Art is one of the coolest fighting styles I've used in this game so far. Nothing else has really been able to compare to it. Even God Human isn't as cool as Sanguine Art is. Visually, Sanguine Art is definitely more modern than anything else in this game, which just kind of goes to show that the developers need to get off their asses and actually update the game and, you know, rework the fighting styles and make them more visually appealing like Sanguine Art. But, you know, whatever. If they don't want to do it, then it's really not our problem. So, yeah, it's whatever. Sanguine Art is a very interesting fighting style, mainly because of how you get it. It's a very unorthodox, very similar to things like Dragon Talon, since you need to obtain a third-party item from a boss just to get it. Similar to the Fire Essence. You need to obtain the Leviathan Heart, which is really difficult to get your hands on and can be quite the pain in the ass to get the 5-man crew that you need to actually get the Leviathan Heart. You also need people to bribe, and you need to grind out fragments, and you need to make sure that everyone stays in the crew and no one leaves because they get mad and they rage quit and shit like that. You also might need to end up paying like fruits and stuff just to get to become a part of those crews, making this one of the hardest fighting styles to get because it relies completely on the other players and relies on the fact that you also have friends, which not many people do, or you might have friends that aren't, you know, max level. You might not have people that have the ability to bribe, or you might not just have anybody to actually play the game with because you're a loner like me. So Sanguine Art is so far has been one of the best fighting styles I think I've actually used throughout playing this game. It has incredible damage, it has incredible grinding potential, it has lifesteal, it has ranged attacks, it has grab attacks, it has insane combo potential, it has really good instinct breakers. It has pretty much everything going for it. Sanguine Art has 3 really strong moves. You have Bloodbane Drain, Scarlet Tear, and Devourer of Worlds. Bloodbane Drain is a health steal attack which heals 20% of the damage dealt by the move, as you can see here. Gets me down to 6,000 health, not a 4,000 health, not a problem. And I get back up to 7,000. If you compare this with El Diablo, get back a total of about 4,000 health in total, making it very strong. The M1s on Sanguine are also very strong, as they are also ranged attacks, and you can play a game of keep away against enemies, making this incredibly good for grinding and not needing to actually worry about taking damage. And even if you do take damage, it's fine because you could heal it all back. Scarlet Tear is, in my opinion, one of the weaker moves this fighting style has, mainly because it doesn't really offer much, since it's a simple AoE range attack. It's quick, it's fast, it does damage, you know, it's fine. Like, if you want to do a combo with it, it's not impossible, but in my opinion, it is the weakest move that it has, mainly because it's just really generic. Like, it just doesn't really do much, you know. But then you also have Devourer of Worlds, which is the range attack it has. When you hit them, it does this, and it'll send out these little orbs that track onto the nearest enemy and will damage them. It's pretty good. It's really strong. And all of these moves do work in C events as well. I've tested it personally. They're very good, and it's very good in C events. Definitely one of, if not the strongest fighting style for C events, mainly just because you can heal yourself with it. The only thing it can't do is grab onto Sea Beast and ships, from what I've noticed. Which is kind of a problem, but it can grab onto the Terror Shark, and you can heal back health from the Terror Shark, which matters quite a bit, making it also very good in raid bosses, because things like Cake King or Dough King, whatever his name is quite the pain in the ass to fight, and he's very difficult, so you might need to get back HP, and that's a problem. And if you don't want to die, having something that heals you is incredibly good, similar to Soul Guitar. Being capable of healing is very nice. No other fighting style can heal off of enemies, from what I know, and none of them are this unorthodox to obtain, apart from God Human. This being the second hardest one to obtain, due to the fact that, again, you need to have 5 people, means that this fighting style needs to be very strong and very worth your time to even consider going for, because Leviathan Hearts are still quite the pain in the ass to get, because you need to worry about griefers, which happen all the time. I've lost to 2 Leviathan Hearts to griefers, which is no fun, let me tell you. This fighting style can offer pretty much anything a player could possibly need in this game. If you get this right at the start of C2, C3, you're pretty much set for the rest of the game, because healing is very strong. The range attacks it has is very strong. Its M1s are some of the strongest in the game, which is really all you can ask for. On top of it, this fighting style is the best fighting style from what I've noticed for bossing, since again you can play the game of keep away and you're capable of keeping bosses at bay from you without actually having to worry about them getting close to you. You don't even need to use Buddha to do this either, because you know how Buddha has this massive range on it, which if you know they're in like this gold circle, you can hit them with whatever you're using. But with Sanguine, you don't need to do that, because look, you could do the same exact thing here where you don't have to worry about trading damage, and you even have a little bit more control over it since you aren't this massive golden piss man that can barely see 2 feet in front of you. Sanguine Art is definitely one of the best fighting styles I've seen in the game so far, and honestly, I will say that yes, it is worth the grind. It is definitely worth going out of your way to get Sanguine Art, mainly just, again, because it just simply is better than every other fighting style in the game right now. I don't really think anything else is better, like, because it's just, this thing is just a generalist. It has range, it has, you know, it has its damage. Look at that, that's incredible, that's really good. You know, it has healing. Like, I mean, you could use Dragon Talon if you want to, maybe use Sharkman Karate, but the fact that this works in C events basically tells me that there is no reason to use any other fighting style, because again, Sanguine Art can health steal, it has the range attacks, it can hit C events. What else do you need from a fighting style? You know, God Human can't do that. Fuck no. God Human's X can hit C events, and that's pretty much it. Everything else about God Human either blows ball sacks or just doesn't work. Now, that's why I don't like God Human. God Human sucks in grinding. I think God Human is not worth your time. I think God Human is bland and needs to be revamped. Now, there's going to be some fat nerd in the comments section that's going to say, well, Chop 25, it's really overpowered in PvP. Well, I'm not talking about PvP. I'm talking about PvE, right? Player versus environment, okay? Not PvP, right? PvP, yes, God Human is great. I don't really care, right? PvE, which is what most people care about in this game, Sanguine Art is better than God Human. And on top of it, Sanguine Art is also on par with God Human in PvP, if that matters as well to you guys. Of course, if you want more info on instinct breakers and combos, don't ask me, because I don't fucking know, right? To me, it's not worth my time. I've not grinded PvP yet, and I plan on doing it in the future, just not right now. So, yeah, guys, you know, yeah, it's pretty good. Another thing to add on to it is that Sanguine Art does work with the Buddha transformation, making it even more desirable for players, as you can see here, making grinding incredibly good for grinding. You can also, all 3 moves work in Buddha as well. You can grab, you can shoot, you know, use your moves. The Z move is a bit unorthodox to use, since, you know, grab moves in Buddha are usually pretty janky. But from what I know, if the enemy is standing on the ground and you look straight down while charging up the Z move, you'll actually grab them like so. So you see, I'm staring at the ground, I'm facing towards them, I charge it up, I go, and then I can grab them. It's a bit weird because it's got a jankier hitbox than most other fighting styles do, so making it a bit more tough to use in you know, general grinding. But you aren't ever really going to get low on health when you're using something like Buddha unless you're doing raids, so that's really all when it matters, like against Terror Shark, King, Rip Indra, whatever the hell you're doing when it comes to raids. So yeah, being able to use the moves in Buddha is very nice. Definitely, it's an extra perk, but the fact that you don't need Buddha with this to make it work in grinding makes it even better, because a lot of fighting styles rely on the moves itself to actually get use in terms of grinding, because M1s are very difficult to hit when it comes to fighting styles. Because the fact that this has ranged you know, ranged M1s, as you can see here, means that it doesn't suffer from what a lot of drawbacks that other fighting styles do for grinding, and on top of it, you have really good moves, making this the best fighting style in the game for grinding, right? I don't really think anything else can compare to it. I don't really think anything else is going to be better than it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, dislike the video if you hated it. Please leave criticism down in the comments below. I read all of my comments, and as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.